What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back. We're going to do things a little different this video. The balance changes are out. We all are, by now at least, well aware of that. But I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about it. Just kind of watching a lot of the posts. I've only actually watched CWA's video on the balance changes, but obviously it kind of segued into a lot of different topics. Current state of the game and reading all the comments on his video there just inspired me to make this one. I hope it goes over well. I mean, with this whole, social media world that we live in, I mean, it's easy to give our opinions, but I just hope that we can at least respect each other's, and that's what I try to do. I know Ash also promotes that on his YouTube channel as well. But just reading some of the comments, it was eye-opening in a lot of ways, but also equally it was very refreshing to see that a lot of us are all on the same page, So, but yeah, I'm gonna try to be as concise as I can. And this deck that we have here, I'll go ahead and end the video with running it once. I have no idea if it's gonna work. I think typically it has Skeleton Army in there, but I haven't put the gold into the Skeleton Army. I just don't use that card much, but I probably will. I mean, I obviously have some gold to spend here, but anyways, all right, back on topic. So just take a couple seconds here, to talk a little bit about myself. I don't think I've ever really shared that, but I've been in the IT world for 25 years now. I think it's my primary. It has been my primary career. Started out of college, doing this stuff. I'm in my 40s. I won't go into too much details there, but I'm married with 3 kids. Making YouTube content is not my primary responsibility. Never know what happens. I certainly enjoy it and love it. But my point of bringing my career and background up is I do understand a lot of things from being down there, developing, testing, management, leadership, director. I mean, all of the above and everything in between. So I do a customer facing, not customer facing. So I guess my point there is the perspective that I'm going to share is really coming from hopefully what you guys can take as real life experiences when it comes to us as the customer, so to speak, of this game, and them as in Supercell, the creators of the game, and just kind of seeing both sides of it. So, all right. So all that being said, the first thing I wanted to share is this type of game. I feel like you have to have a love for the game, right? The thing I don't really understand is, and this is really hard for free-to-play players, no doubt. There's obviously a paywall. We're not going to get to that. We're not going to talk about that in this video, but there is that piece of it. But this kind of game, I feel like, should be taken serious, right? To some level, at least. I don't understand the people that, and I don't mean any disrespect. I just don't understand people that casually play this game. Speaking from my perspective, there's zero chance I would play this game if I'm not trying to get better, enhance my profile, and take it seriously. I'm not talking about BMing, and I'm not talking about, throwing clone, in some random deck and just crossing your fingers that it works. I'm not talking about all those kinds of things, right? We all do that stuff from time to time to have fun. I get it. But at the end of the day, it is about taking this game serious and doing what you can to boost your profile. That's what it's all about in this game, right? To me, it is about the profile. So if you are not taking that level of seriousness to the game, I honestly feel like I would say this to myself. Again, I'm speaking to myself here. I would find a different game to play. Like Clash Royale would not be the game for me because it would be completely boring. What am I doing? I'm throwing things around. I'm really not trying to learn, blah, blah, blah. So to me, it would be so boring to actually play this game. All right, so that being said, to me, it's all about the profile. Now, regarding Supercell and sort of, their updates or lack thereof, from the community and whatnot, they are, and I understand the business side, right? They are very focused on esports and CRL and things like that, and the pros and pushing that also. I mean, I totally get that, but with that, there comes a cost, right? I don't know how large their team is or whatever, but obviously things will get prioritized out, and they do want to, like even what Ash was saying on his video, I'd rather wait, even though we've been waiting a long time, to make sure that let's say it's Clan Wars 2.0, is really polished right before it comes out. Now, that being said, again, considering my background, no matter how much you iterate on something, there's going to be issues. There's going to be bugs, and not importantly, but most evident, there's going to be people not happy. It's just the way it goes. I don't care if it's a Facebook post, a tweet, or whatever. Behind a digital wall, where there is no physical interaction, you can share your comments all you want till you're blue in the face, and you don't have to show your face, right? So so that's kind of the whole thing about this whole social media stuff. But it was, like I said, it was very refreshing to see the posts there, the comments on Ash's video. It really was, and how we are all kind of together. So I think that no matter what, though, even if they release the update, next season 12, there would be complaints. There would be, and again, rightfully so. Again, speaking from my experiences dealing with customers, being on both sides of the six, being the customer, and also helping customers, being there for the customers, it's really hard to make everyone happy. It's not going to happen. No, and especially this world and this day and age, everything is so expedited. Everything is so fast. You have to have it now. Everything is at your fingertips. Like, there's no delay. That's why I also feel like people said, oh, the fix is to have all of, or new cards, right? I think PhoneCat said this once on one of his videos. He's like, man, remember the days when they used to release 4 cards? Man, we need that back. I respectfully disagree. I think early on, we needed that because there was 4 cards in the game, right? We need cards. But now we have like almost 100 cards in the game. The last thing we need is more cards added to the game when we have to balance the ones we currently have, right? So I'm just going to leave that one. It's not a new card that dies very fast, especially if it's broken. Whatever the case is, that's not the way to go. I do think that updates matter, like big ones like Clan Wars. I think that's going to have a huge impact. I will say that stuff like party mode, pointless. No offense, right? But party mode, those kinds of things are pointless. I mean, the challenges we like, get new emotes and all that kind of stuff, but party mode is pointless. Why? Because I go back to what it's about your profile. It's all about your profile. I mean, why do we play, even though GCs and CCs are kind of going down as well, but why do we play them? Get the 10, times 10 or whatever. But once you get that badge, you get the badge. But everything is about your profile. When we look at other players, you assess their profile. That's how you see. And it also motivates you to get better, in my opinion, so, but yeah, I mean, like, I just don't really understand, as far as the addition of new cards or those that stuff is not going to fix really anything. And even a big Clan Wars update is not going to fix anything. It's going to motivate it, but it's a matter of time. Give it 2 months. It's, we're going to be screaming for more things. So, but yeah, to me, that's just, sort of how I feel about the whole thing. But it just kind of all comes back to the profile being important and having a good understanding that their priorities are their priorities. I mean, and we have to live within that. And if you're just not, patience definitely has to be on your side for sure, 100%. We all know that. But if you're just not a person that really takes this game serious, I do think that it's probably it's probably long overdue for you to probably find a different game to play. And I want to say this, big shout out to all content creators who make content for this game, because I'll tell you, it's difficult. Not only do you want to make a good video by not losing, small things like that, but coming up with different strategic decks or something that's just different, right? You could go look at the history of any content creator's profile or their video feed, whatever, all their videos that they posted, right? You can go look at that and you can see that there's redundancy. Maybe they reversed an image or something like that, but it's like, there's just so many times you can say the strongest P.E.K.K.A deck in the world, strongest, and they all know that, right? I think Ash even kind of alluded to that in his recent balance change video that he just posted. There's just so many new ideas, all these different things. There's just so many things you can do. So big shout out to all content creators. And like I said, for me personally, this is not my primary. This is just a hobby. I thoroughly enjoy it. I am, I'm trying to make it work, right? I really am. I'm not sitting here saying I'm doing it for nothing, but I'm certainly not doing it for the overall fame. I mean, if I got a few thousand subscribers, I'd be happy, right, at this point, because I'd have some fun dialogue. No more than like a big Discord or something like that, right? A Discord, whatever. So that's just kind of how I just feel across the board. So I hope you guys can understand, and probably more importantly, just respect what it is that I'm kind of trying to articulate here. It's really difficult, but I think you just got to find it in yourself to enjoy the game, understand what it's really about, what your intentions are. It's not just Clash Royale. Go play Call of Duty. I play Call of Duty. All these games that you play, what is it about? Fortnite, whatever the case is. Well, I don't play Fortnite anymore, but all those games, it's all about your profile. It's about your look. It's about the skins. It's about your prestige. That's all it's about, right? So if you're not doing anything in the game with the right level of passion to boost that profile, then why are you playing it? You got to go find something else to play. Again, I'll end with this, and then we'll kind of segue into the balance changes, and then I'll just end the video with this playing this deck here. I still just, I just go back to the free to play. I guess that's the best example. I was trying to think of an example, but like free to play. I do have a mini account, a free to play mini account that I'm just pushing with. Won't put a single cent in it because I plan to bring that as a video content in the near future. A lot of YouTube content creators do that, but the frustration level is 50 times on that account than it is this one. This one, yeah, you know what, it is what it is. Move on. But man, there's no way. What I'm trying to say is, if I was a free to play player and I didn't have a strong passion to get better at this game, zero chance I would play this game. There's no. I would stick to, I posted an Animal Crossing video yesterday. I would stick to that on my Switch. Casual, laid back, you can, grind at your own pace and no rage, right? There's no way I would play this game as a free-to-play casual player. That's the key there. Now, if I had a lot of passion behind the game and I just loved the grind aspect of it and I was patient, then I would totally play free-to-play. I would totally do it. No problem with that. But there is zero chance that I would do it if I had little passion or I didn't really care about it. No, sorry. I'm beating that to death, but I'm just trying to make a point here so I just don't get it. And that's also, those types of opinions are kind of muddy in the waters a little bit, right? No matter what, right? In all statistics, you got to take everything with a grain of salt to a degree, right? You're going to have your pockets of percentages here and here and here and here, and there's a percentage of people that really, honestly, with all due respect, their opinions don't matter, right? They really don't. But on that same note, we can't just always focus on pro opinions either. That's probably the biggest thing. And I've had a dialogue in Twitter about this not too long ago. It was a great dialogue, a bunch of random people chiming in. But the end result was what I've always said is we have to, within reason, right? We can't talk to all the millions of people that play this game, but it can't just be the pros. You have to get the perspective of different levels of players, in my opinion, right? That's why I feel like it's so esports. Obviously tourney standards, right? Because I understand it's a great baseline when you're balancing cards. Of course it is, right? Because there's people that are higher level, lower level, whatever. But you got to get more of a perspective. And I do think that that's why people feel that it's just they only care about, the money side of things and, esports and CRL and stuff like that because they only go to the pros. And I'm sorry, pros do know the game, right? They play it more. They have the time. It's probably all they do. But there are a lot of people out there that can provide lots of value and opinions at different ranges of ladder. I do feel that there are pockets every 300 to 500 trophies. There's a difference of style and play, and all that kind of stuff that go into those. I just feel like there's value to understand the whole, not so much like low ladder, right? Because you're gonna deal with bots and a lot of other things, but that's what's important, right? You got to get that perspective. And what does that do? Again, coming from my experience and background, career-wise. This is how you get everyone involved and inspired and feel like they have a voice. Right now, we don't have a voice, right? You have the people that CWA brings on his channel, and then you have the known content creators, and that's all we have. We don't have anything beyond that, right? I'm going to use like Molt and Nick at Night, as an example, but really Molt. And if you think about like Molt, he started one of the early adopters, right? And kind of transitioned to where he is. Well, somewhere along the lines there, the professional scene became real evident within Clash Royale, and the skills just, they blew up, right? All of, esports, all this stuff, right? CRL, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm not saying like he did not, like he took a step back or anything, but it was hard. I'm assuming here, but it seems that way. It was like hard for him to kind of keep up with all of it, right? Still trying to create content and things like that. So even him and myself, a lot of people, we, kind of struggle to post stuff on here because lack of updates, lack of whatever stuff to do in the game. There's just so many things you could do on ladder, like I was talking about before. But that's why he starts posting like party mode stuff or triple elixir. But nothing against him. But that's just the current need. That's why I give shout outs to content creators, because there's not a whole lot you can actually do here, So until they can start to focus more on what can we do to help others give their opinion, feel like they have a voice, help boost our profile for meaningful stuff, right? I think that's what's important. So the party mode stuff, like what? Okay, casually, okay, let me grind some crowns. I guess that's important, right? But I could just do that on ladder. I could do that other places, right, in better ways. And that, again, I go back to, that's not fun. That's not a game I want to play. Every time I hit battle, I want to win, and I want to boost my I want to hit new personal best, etc. That's why we play this game, so I don't know, like, and again, at the end of the day, we're not going to make everyone happy. That's the bottom line. So all right, so I think I'm just going to pause there. I mean, I've said a lot, and like I said, I wanted to not have any notes or anything like that. This is just off my head, and hopefully it came out okay. I'll of course rewatch it and make sure I'm basically able to share all of my opinions. But to me, they make sense. You know what I mean? Be curious to know what you guys think, and look for your honest feedback and opinions as well. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Hopefully it's a lot more of the thumbs up. But yeah, I'm not going to talk too deep. Now we'll segue into balance changes real quick. I'm not going to talk too deep into all of the balance changes. We pretty much know what they are. I feel like they're kind of, I'm like meh about it, to be honest with you. I think just talk about Earthquake real quick. Basically, it's going to be like Ram Rider, as far as how she can slow things down, but their hit speed stays the same. So there, you're going to have a slowdown effect, whatever the case is, that gets increased. But as long as the defending troops are in range, they'll still be able to hit with the same attack speed. Okay. Now, I'll also say that, now talk about the Bomb Tower. The Bomb Tower, to me, is going to be pretty much dead. I don't think they should have touched that card at all. I think it was perfectly fine. And before the Battle Healer nerf, to me, was why they didn't touch it, because it was one of the only buildings that would keep the E-Golem and that whole deck in check. Now that they've just nerfed it, I don't even know, because I still to this day do not think that the Battle Healer nerf was enough. I still think she's the same type of card. I still think you could push with that deck. Now, what hurts more in that deck than anything is the hut decrease in the the huts, but the nerf to them, that's what really hurts more. Not the Battle Healer. I think, again, the heal radius should have been smaller. Right? I still stand by that. To me, they could have kept her stats the same, but make it more of a strategic way, skillful way to separate her radius-wise from the push, right? That's all it's about. I say that's all it's about, but that's one of the main pushes, right? We got the E-Golem coming down, you got the Battle Healer, you got to be able to kite her out of, and if you time it all right tiles, precise, and everything, you should be able to, if the heal radius was smaller, you should be able to separate that. Therefore, the troops don't get healed correctly. So not only defensively do you have to play smarter, offensively you have to play smarter. Now you can, whether it's outcycling their kiting troops or whatever the case is, or how you stack your troops, right? E-Golem decks are not rocket science, right? You just pile them all up there, especially in double OT. But that's just my point, though, right? Like, that to me is what they should have done. But anyways, that's why the Bomb Tower wasn't touched then, I think, in my opinion. But now, obviously, it is getting nerfed. I think it's just going to be a dead card, And I agree with Ash, I think, said this as well. It's going to be in the minority, 100%. So if I do get any thumbs down, it's going to be because of this comment. But I don't think Royal Delivery needed to be touched. Why do I say that? I say that because it is a card that is helping, to me, overall. Even I don't care. I do care a little bit, but that it's overused or it's in a lot of decks or whatever. But look, it was the one single card that if it was in my deck and I faced Golem, I had a better chance to win. And I don't care. Golem is Golem, whether you like it or hate it. You play it, you don't. But that Royal Delivery, you still had to play it well too. It's not like if you didn't time it right on the Night Witch or with the Baz, or if you didn't do it correctly, even Loon decks, right? Loon Cycle, Miner Cycle, that's a hot deck right now, right? Even with the NATO rework, it's a lot harder to pull and activate, whatever, all the stuff we already know about. But that's important, right? Like, to me, that was an important piece to any kind of deck, whether it's a quick cycle deck. I don't care if you had a beatdown deck with the Royal Delivery. I mean, whatever the type of deck it was a versatile card that helped, to me, balance out a lot of the meta. That's just my opinion. I feel like I can't say that I've never lost because of facing the Royal Delivery, but more oftentimes than not, it was because I made a mistake, and it wasn't because of the Royal Delivery. I was just, countered hard, or whatever the case, just a bad, unlucky matchup. So I just don't think he should be touched. Obviously, it's getting nerfed. And also the Prince, like, I don't know. Prince has always kind of been a little bit of an annoying card for me. So I just don't really know. I think, again, what's going to happen here is it's got low use rate, and I'm assuming that they're basing that on tourney standards and, challenge, that all that kind of stuff right there. Maybe, and ladder, I guess, to some degree. But again, going back to the community and trying to get to this consensus at the different types of ranges, I still see, giant double prints. I still see, and it's kind of annoying, right? So it's an all right card. I mean, you can. It's not like it's terribly difficult, but because of I just don't get it, right? Because of the new arena, just a nice arena. I like it. I think the emotes are cool. I think it's going to be a fun season. It's going to be old, right? Because people are going to be screaming, 4 hours after it releases because they're going to want the update. But it's like, why prints? I don't understand that. I understand whether I agree with it or not, why Bomb Tower is in there. I understand EQ was a little of a shock, but I was surprising. And then, of course, Royal Delivery. I get that, but I still don't, if anything, man, fix the bug with Fisherman and buff him back, right? Like, there's other cards that need help, right? Instead of just some of these cards here that I just don't think it's going to shake things up too much. And now I just feel like, they basically killed the card. I just don't know how viable Bomb Tower is going to be. Now the Royal Hog, with the Royal Hogs going, I mean, it's such a good card with the meta. Like, I know it was part of the meta, but it was also, so you gotta have that, right? But I've said this before, please focus on some of the other cards if you want to help shape the meta. That's the thing. And if they want to keep going to the pros, that's fine. Then have them at least try other cards. I mean, I understand. I'm just going to use the Royal Recruits as an example. I get it. I understand they're a bad card. No one uses them, whatever. But my point of bringing the Royal Recruits up is maybe something else, right? Some other card. Continue to play test some of those things. I don't want to see Big Mama P.E.K.K.A. anymore. I don't want to see Baby P.E.K.K.A. anymore. I don't want to see, I don't want to see, Golem anymore. I don't want to see Mega Knight anymore. I don't want to see those cards. Let's see something like totally different, right? I don't even know. Like even though Bomber is used in Golem decks, but still, like, Bomber, and like whatever else. Like, of course, everyone talks about Zappies. I mean, but they still need some help, But the Wizard. I mean, people actually kind of hate that card, but I mean, I don't hate it, but I know that a lot of people do. But or even more 3M decks. I know that's still kind of a viable deck, or a card, I should say, in decks. But I mean, we don't see a lot of that. Like, just bring some of that stuff, and Cannon Cart, some of that kind of stuff. Bring Giant Skeleton deck. I don't know. Like, and I put this on myself too. That's something that I want to do, and I should be doing. In fact, I probably will start doing. This I actually found on TV Royale, I think. But for me personally, because I can't compete with like being above 7,000 and all that kind of stuff, so the content that I bring is a little bit different. I just want to be able to make sure that I can win for a video, and everyone wants to do that. And you guys do know me by now that I do post loss, but I want to be able to make sure that I can at least post something that people are going to either, of course, enjoy, but also relate to. And I think that was the one thing I was trying to do with my channel, was really just make it relatable, right? I think the pro content is needed, informative, helpful, all the above, but I go back to the same as I would with Supercell needing to reach out to the entire community. How much of us can actually relate to that? Relate mean to being on their level, or whatever. And if you notice, they cut out all their losses. I just don't, a lot of times, I don't, most of them do. A lot of times, how realistic is it to actually believe in what it is that they're presenting? Because I can tell you right now, most time when I try those decks, maybe I'm not skilled enough, but even if I am, even if it's a win condition I'm very used to, I don't find the success that they do. It could be just bad timing or what, but to me, it's just not very relatable, right? So, because at the end of the day, as soon as you hit button, it's just you and one other person. It's not those YouTube creators. It's not me. It's not your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, your dog, or your cat. It's none of that. It is just you and that person, right? So that's what I kind of wanted it to be. That's why originally I was like, I'm just going to make a video. If I lose all four, I'm going to post. But then I realized that, it's hard to get views anyways on this, right? I've played this game since day one, and I'm coming into this game very late to try to be a content creator for this game. It's already hard to create content for this game, much less try to come behind people like CWA and Shane and Molt and all of these guys, B-Rad and all those guys. It's very difficult, and they have the profile to back it up, and they just are, worthy in this Clash Royale YouTube community, I guess, right? They, having 100,000 subs in this game as a content creator, you've made it. In my humble, having 50,000 subs, you've made it. Having 10,000 subs, you've made it. Here I am sitting at like 61, or I don't even know what it is, but it's kind of a hard feeling because I know like what I do want to bring to all of this stuff, and I do know that I can bring a lot and hopefully some level of uniqueness, and most importantly, relatable content. That's at the end of the day what I'm trying to deliver. You know, like I said, this is not my full-time job. I have a family. I have a full-time job and all these kinds of things, and it's not easy. Sometimes I'm doing this stuff at like 12 o'clock at night, you know, and trying to get something going and get something out there. And it's just, I don't know. It's nice. It's fun. Hopefully, I'll get a little bit of traction and whatnot. So. But yeah, anyways, I think this video is kind of long, so I'm going to go ahead and just end it here. I'll bring another video probably for some ladder play. But I just wanted to share that, and I hope it came off well and that you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from. But yeah, if you guys do, like this content or just my content in general, would greatly appreciate it if you guys did like, subscribe, and share, and post some comments. I really want to hear what you guys think, and if I'm way off, my rocker, I've been told that many times, I should say. So, totally feel free and to share whatever it is, like, dislike. Just be curious to see what you guys think and say, and hopefully some of what I said made sense. Hopefully all of it, but I'm really just feel like I'm representing the majority of people, all of us really. I have the same level of frustrations and stuff like that, but I do take this game seriously to the point where I want to always get better, and I do want to boost my profile. I mean, could you imagine if you hit 7,000 cups, for those that haven't hit it yet, and you have that, that badge on your profile? I mean, anyone that looks at your account, they're gonna be like, man, so that's what we all strive for, So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I probably have said that 6 or 7 times, just very passionate about it. Hope you guys did enjoy, and please just leave all your comments down below. Would love to have some dialogue with you guys. But yeah, I'll go ahead and bring a ladder gameplay type video. Maybe I'll have some fun and bring this one probably later tonight. So probably look for a double upload today. But yep, until that video, peace out.